Episode 184. Today we recap what's happening down on the farm and talk with Greensboro Grasshoppers outfielder, Will Taylor. You're listening to the Bucko Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plates, and in case after case, run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Down on the Farm. I'm really excited for the interview we have today with Will Taylor. He's an exciting young prospect in the system, former dual sport athlete at Clemson. Got a lot to talk about down on the farm too, man. And I just feel like this month there's going to be a lot happening and a lot to talk about on these Monday episodes because of the draft, the trade deadline. There's going to be some shakeups.
Definitely some shakeups that are going to be happening. There's some amazing performances that we have to get into this week. A perfect game or a no-hitter. Is it a perfect game?
Perfect. It was perfect. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Hunter Barco is tearing it up. Bubba Chandler seems to be back to where he was before. Super pumped to talk to Will Taylor, but we were in Seattle this past weekend and we were talking to the Marine Layer guys. And they're like, what are you excited about with the Pirates? Like, what do you find? Like, what are you talking about? Essentially, they're kind of just like, how do you guys keep recording these episodes? And we said the minor league episodes really keep you going because you got to dream on something, right? And this was a rough weekend for the Pirates, but I'm excited to see what's happening here, Scott. Let's get into some headlines here. Tuesday, catcher Luke Scherer and outfielder Andrew Patrick go from FCO to Bradenton. Scherer was an undrafted catcher out of Cali High School in 2024 17th round pick out of Wright State. Left-handed pitcher Dominic Parachi began his rehab assignment with the FCL team. Derek Berg promoted to Greensboro, friend of the show. He's going to join Will Taylor there, Connor Griffin. Right-handed pitcher Colin Holderman heads to AAA to continue his rehab assignment. Infielder Sung Shae Cheng completed his rehab and heads back to Indy. And then Friday, outfielders Raymond Mola and Braylon Brazabone assigned to FCL. Two recent big international signings. Don't see these big of jumps in the midseason often. Mola is right now 311, 492, 533, and 63 plate appearances in the Dominican Summer League. Scott, why don't you bring us through the rest?
Yeah, there was an article by Murph, our guy, posted on Friday about Jesus Castillo. Might recognize the name. He's in Bradenton and Greensboro. He's a middle infielder. Has made some drastic changes at the plate. Went from being a switch hitter to just hitting right-handed and has gained a lot of confidence this season. Really interesting article. I love reading Murphy's stuff. Saturday, left-handed pitcher Reynald Navarro struck out 8 batters in 3 no-hit innings at the FCL. No walks either. This is a guy who has a 148 ERA and 44 Ks in 24 1/3 innings pitched. His fastball and slider are electric, and if the control improves and he finds that third pitch, there will be a different conversation about this arm. As we have seen, the jump from the FCL to the affiliate Bradenton is probably one of the bigger jumps, in all of baseball. We saw Florentino take a little bit of time to adjust to Bradenton, and you're going from facing high school guys to young, Latin guys every day to facing college guys. Like this is a big jump for these guys. But Reynald Navarro is another arm that you should keep in the back of your mind. Oviedo was assigned to Bradenton as part of his rehab on Saturday as well. And then Sunday, right-handed pitcher Joshua Loshorn completed his minors rehab and was returned to High A Greensboro.
Going to Indianapolis, right? Let's talk about it. At the Louisville Bats, the AAA affiliate for the Reds. Right now, Indianapolis is 50-36. Billy Cook on the week, 5 for 24, 5 runs, 3 doubles with a home run, 3 RBIs, 4 walks. And then Nick York was 6 for 26 runs with a double, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a stolen base. Tuesday, saw some Colin Holderman action. Went 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 K. Billy Cook had his second home run in AAA, had an RBI. Nick York had his 5th home run on the year, collected 2 hits. Wednesday, Thomas Harrington went 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And then Nick York again with another home run, his 6th on the year. Thursday, Sean Sullivan went 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. And then Ronnie Simon hit another home run with an RBI, and he has 15 bags on the year. He's hitting 309 right now. And then Friday, Bubba Chandler, 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks. His ERA currently sits at 3.07. Colin Holderman, again, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 K. Billy Cook had 2 doubles on the day. Saturday, Hunter Barco continues to impress. 6 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. In his last 18 innings, he's given up 7 hits, only 1 earned, 4 walks, and 20 strikeouts in his last 3 starts. Swinski had his 11th home run on the year. And then Sunday, Swinski hit his 12th while going 4 for 4. And then Nick York went 2 for 5 with a double.
Let's go to Altoona. They're facing the Harrisburg Senators, AA affiliate for the Nationals in Altoona. Again, that's who we saw when we visited there about a month ago. Altoona's close to 500, man, 39-41. And you'll see that it seems like Altoona and Bradenton are on the same track every week now. Tremar went 4 for 19 this week, a double, an RBI, 6 Ks, and a stolen base. That averages at 253. Mitch Jebb, 4 for 19, a triple, an RBI, 3 stolen bases. That average has gone down over the past month or so. It's Merlin Valdez, first week in AA, 4 for 17, a double, RBI, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Omar Alfonso really impressed in his first week. 5 for 17, a double, 2 homers, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. He's at close to 300, hitting 294. Tuesday, Tamar went 2 for 4 with a double and RBI in his 12th stolen base. Valdez hit 5th and started in right field, went 0 for 3 with a walk. Alfonso's first AA hit in his second at-bat was 109 off the bat. Seems like Alfonso and Plaz, the 2 catchers in the system, have some easy bat speed. Exit velos are really impressive. Wednesday, Po Yu Chen, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Valdez went 2 for 4 with a double and RBI, while Pichardo went 2 for 4 with his 6th homer and 3 RBIs. Thursday, Wilkin Ramos, 2 innings, 1 hit, 4 Ks, on a 1.66 ERA. Brennan Bidwell earned W at 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 1 K. Still has yet to give up a run in Altoona. Friday, Antoine Kelly made his second start in Altoona. 5 2/3, 2 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. He's got a .84 ERA in 2 starts in Altoona. This looks really, really good. This Altoona team's much improved on the roster. Ryan Harbin, 1 1/3, no hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Something I wanted to talk about this episode too. We know this system, they develop arms. They've been really developing relievers. There's a lot of relievers that I think have emerged this year from, Eddie Eaton's been a name, but Ryan Harbin, Brennan Bidwell, Wilkin Ramos, got Jake Shirk, we'll talk about later down in Greensboro. A lot of guys, David Matoma, that are pretty solid relievers and legitimate prospects. Omar Alfonso, 2 for 3 with a double, his first homer in Altoona and 1 RBI. Saturday, Wilbur Dotel, not his best start of the year. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. While Omar Alfonso hit a home run for a second straight day, averages at 357. Sunday, Brandon Bidwell went another 2 innings, no hits, 2 Ks with a 0 ERA. Adam, take us into Greensboro.
The Aberdeen Ironbirds were in town, the high A affiliate for the Orioles. Right now, Greensboro is 56-24. Javier Rivas on the week, 6 for 18, 3 runs, 2 doubles with a home run, 5 RBIs. Connor Griffin, 5 for 23 with a double, a home run, 5 RBIs, and 3 stolen bags. Lonnie White Jr., 4 for 12 with 4 runs and a home run. And then Will Taylor, 6 for 22, 5 runs, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, and a stolen base. Tuesday, Carlson Reed, 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks. Lonnie White Jr. hit his 10th home run on the year. Wednesday, friend of the show, Peyton Stumbo, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned, no walks, 4 Ks. Jared Bayless went 3 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks. And then Will Taylor went 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Thursday, Connor Griffin hit his 4th home run in Greensboro, 3 RBIs on the day, and Lonnie White Jr. went 1 for 2, 3rd straight game with a stolen base. He has 17 on the year. And then Friday, as we mentioned earlier, we had a combined perfect game. Friend of the show, repeated guest, Christian Curtis, 6 innings, no hits, no earned, no walks, 10 Ks. His stuff, man, is gross. And he's dealt with injuries in the past, and I feel like he's really getting going and building a name for himself this year. Just a bowling ball fastball, has awesome spin. He's starting to get a feel for it. And then that was supplemented with Jake Shirk, who went 2 innings of clean baseball. And then Michael Walsh closed the door. He was a 2022 ninth rounder out of Yale. Titus Dimitri.
That's close enough.
I got it. The newly acquired Titus Dimitri, 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. This was a 2024 16th round pick from New Mexico State. Saturday, Connor Wheatgreave, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. And then Sunday, Connor Griffin went 3 for 6 with a double, 2 RBIs, 3 stolen bags. He has 14 on the year. Javier Rivas went 4 for 5 with a double, his 17th bomb, and 4 RBIs.
Let's go to Bradenton. They're playing the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles, low A affiliate for the Twins. They're 39-41 as well. Wyatt Sanford, 7 for 23, 2 doubles, a triple, 3 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. He's at 245 on the year. Your Donnie De Los Santos had himself a week, 8 for 25. He does a little bit of everything, though. Double, 7 RBIs, 1 walk, 6 stolen bases. He's got 30 on the year. He's at 252. Johnny Severino, 5 for 21, 4 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. He's still below the Mendoza line at 197. Edward Florentino, 8 for 23, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases. This is a guy who's starting to really figure it out, man. He's really getting comfortable at the plate. Let's go into Tuesday. Xander Meath, 3 2/3, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Fastball up to 98 miles an hour. Matoma earned his 7th hold, 1 1/3, no hits, 1 K. Edward Florentino, 3 for 3 with a double, his first homer. His 4th stolen base. The single he hit this game was 106.1 off the bat, while the homer was 106 to dead center. It's right down the middle, but still, man, he's getting more comfortable at the plate, especially on pitches in the zone. When he makes contact, it's loud contact. Wednesday, De Los Santos, 1 for 4 with his 25th stolen base. Thursday, Castillo went 5 innings, 4 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 7 Ks. CRA is down at 432. This is his arm that I've talked about a lot, being a guy that could be a future prospect. Friday, De Los Santos, 4 for 6, a double, 2 RBIs, a stolen base. Florentino went 2 for 5, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and his 5th stolen base. Again, let's glaze Florentino a little bit. Smooth, easy swing. He roped a 2-run double at 105 miles an hour down the line. He's only 18, and the frame is going to add more power as he gets bigger and older, more than likely. Sanford, 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs, and his 13th stolen base. Into the weekend, Matoma went 1 1/3, 2 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. De Los Santos, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. And then to end the weekend, Xander Meath pitched again, 2 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 3 walks, 1 K, but he's getting that ERA down. Wyatt Sanford, 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, and RBI, and his 14th stolen bag. Florentino went 2 for 4 with 2 homers, 3 on the year, 2 RBIs, and De Los Santos stole his 6th bag of the week and 30th on the year. As always, this might be a trend here in the system. They're really focusing on speed because there's a lot of speed at the lower levels, and it seems like even Connor Griffin, Will Taylor going up, got more at the top of the order here with Florentino, Sanford, and De Los Santos. So some exciting names down here at the lower levels.
Did you see the ball that Florentino hit out dead center?
Yeah, it was crushed.
He's a top 10 prospect now in Baseball America.
Yep. I mean, he's going to rise up boards. He is last year for us. He is last year Severino, because Severino was a guy who was like, oh, he's breaking out a little bit. Severino's had a disappointing year this year. I think Florentino has way more upside, being a guy that has a chance to stay up the middle, has a lot of projection left, has the speed and the power combo. I don't think Severino is going to hit for the power and have the speed that Florentino is going to have. And we saw him down in Bradenton, man.
Yeah.
He's tall and wiry. There's a lot to dream on with Florentino.
100%. The extension that he gets is unreal for that big body. Scott, before we get into our MLB draft prospect of the week, we're going to highlight guys all the way up until the draft, which is next week, right?
Yeah, it's a week away.
Scott, let's go into the minor league player of the week. Has to be Christian Curtis. Perfect game in Greensboro combined, but he went 6 innings, no hits, no earned, no walk, 10 Ks. Maybe the easiest selection we had in our time doing this. As we mentioned earlier, his stuff is gross, and he keeps getting better and better as he gets more of a feel for pitching at the professional level. So shout out to friend of the show, Christian Curtis.
Yeah, that's our guy, man. He's got some of the filthiest stuff in the system, and you can see the potential if he controls the baseball, man. It's the sky's the limit with Christian, and he could be a top pitching prospect in the system in a year once Bubba and Barco graduate. So really excited for him. Let's get into our MLB draft spotlight before we go into our interview. This week we've got outfielder slash catcher Ike Irish out of Auburn. He's another college bat. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. He bats left, throws right. He's almost 22 years old, like Ava Arquette, a little bit older for a college hitter, but beautiful left-handed swing that's direct to the baseball with quick hands and loud bat speed. He's prone to ground balls due to his swing plane and bat path being relatively flat. He showcases launch at times and can tap into average or better power to his pull side, though he'll need to find it a bit more consistency to avoid a ground ball rate over 50% like he had on the Cape this past summer. With that said, he has solid contact abilities and fends off strikeouts, though his high swing rate and aggressive nature means walks don't really pile up often. His defensive abilities behind the plate have gotten better, though there's a chance he's moved to a corner outfield spot. I think that's more than likely. His receiving and blocking skills are fringe average right now, but he's got a very strong arm and would certainly play in right field. What I'm gathering here, we said JoJo Parker, probably one of the safer high school prep bats if you're looking just like high floor. This seems to be like a high floor college bat for me. And I tend to prefer him over Arquette. I don't know. I think it's a toss up, but I really, really like this bat.
The more I look into it, the more I like Irish. And I agree. I think the future probably has him in a corner outfield spot, especially if they're going to move him, whatever team drafts him, move him quick throughout the system. But like you mentioned, it's loud when he makes contact. So shout out Ike Irish. We're creeping up on the draft. We're going to have a draft episode fairly soon. I think this week, potentially, with friends of the show from Just Baseball, the On the Clock podcast. So be on the lookout for that. Scott, let's take a quick break here, and then we will be back with Greensboro Grasshoppers outfielder, Will Taylor. Now joining us on Bucko Banter is current outfielder for the Greensboro Grasshoppers, Will Taylor. Will, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Will, welcome on, man. Happy to have you here. Before we jump into ball, I want to talk about your early life real quick. You're a two-sport athlete at Clemson. What ultimately went into your decision to choose baseball, and how did playing football or playing another sport in general help you with your baseball career?
Yeah, just kind of surrounded myself with guys that push me to be a better athlete overall. Different kind of atmospheres that it put me in, different situations that I had to overcome mentally and physically really pushed me at a young age to be the athlete I am today. So just super thankful that, I got the opportunity to play both sports in college. And it's really pushed me to be a great baseball player.
You were drafted out of high school as well, right?
I was, yes.
Okay, so was playing football part of the decision to go to college?
Yeah, absolutely. It was always a dream of mine to play football in college. So just kind of betting on myself, knew that going to college, I'd have to prove myself again. And, super thankful for the opportunity to play football and baseball there, but now enjoying pro ball and, right in the thick of things. So
I think one thing we see often, especially nowadays, is sports specialization. One sport athletes, especially for me, like I quit basketball when I was in high school and I was like, I'm just going to focus on baseball. If I would do it over again, I would have played basketball all the way through. But it sounds like you think that, football was probably a big proponent in your baseball career. It probably helped you. Do you think it helped like with certain aspects? Like you're training different muscles playing different sports.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Growing up as a kid, I played four sports. I played football, baseball, I wrestled and ran track. So I was wrestling in between football and baseball season and running track during baseball season. So I think, all those things really helped me to be a very balanced, very athletic baseball player. Um, and just taught me a lot of things at a young age that I feel like other kids don't have, that didn't have that opportunity. So, yeah, it's definitely really shaped me into putting, all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Will, what's been the biggest jump from playing in the ACC to professional baseball? I know you had 17 games last year with Bradenton. You started this year in Bradenton. Obviously, you're now in Greensboro, but going from college to professional baseball, what was the biggest hurdle that you faced?
Yeah, just preparing your body to play every day. I mean, obviously, you're playing 4 games max a week in college, and you're playing 6 here. So, um, just being able to play Tuesday through Sunday every day, a full 9, maybe more, has been something that I had to figure out. Just kind of, what all goes into the nutrition side of it, what all goes into the therapy side of it. So it's been a little bit of a challenge just to kind of focus on what you need to do to get your body ready to play. But feel like I have a good grip on it now, halfway through the year, and ready to attack this next half. So super excited.
You mentioned playing like 6, maybe 7 days a week for in pro ball. How do you handle, failure or tough stretches during the season? Because during a long season, like that's inevitable. You're going to go through some down stretches.
Yeah. I mean, baseball is unfortunately a game of failure, and um, how you kind of just uh, deal
Deal
with
with
it.
adversity,
And
yeah.
unfortunately, the other sports that I've played, football, wrestling, track, it's not a game of failure. So mentally, it's different than the others that I've played. Football, you have a lot of failure, and you're not a very good football player.
Yeah.
Wrestling, you have a lot of failure, and the match could be over in 5-10 seconds. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's really challenging because I have kind of a football mindset, and so you go through ups and downs, and you have good months, you have bad months, but I've kind of looked at it. Um, in college, I felt like I looked at it smaller, like you know 10-20 at bats, kind of how I was doing. But now I feel like in pro ball, you're playing every day. You kind of look at it month by month, like, hey, I had a good month here, had kind of a down month, but it's just kind of a mental check to see how you're doing. Obviously, you have 4, 5, 6 months over the course of a year. So if you can, stack good months and a couple great months, maybe an average month, but just kind of, you know, if you have a bad week, it's going to happen over the course of your career at some point. So just stacking, good and great months together, and that's how you become a good player.
I don't know how much you guys had at Clemson in terms of like analytics and using all this data that we have in the game now, but it's definitely present in pro ball. And something we ask all the guys at your level is how much are you utilizing it? Do you think that helps, hurts? Is it a big part of how you craft your approach on a day to day basis?
Yeah, I mean, analytics are great, and some organizations are more analytic driven than others. The Pirates are a good balance, which I like. You can really rely on that being there, but also at the same time, the game is still the game, and that's why I like. So you can't depend on an analytic swing to go out there and step in the batter's box. That's not really going to help you uh, hit a fastball better, in my opinion. It might help you in some ways, but you can't build a swing, or you can't build an arm off just straight analytics. Um, but the Pirates are a good balance, and I kind of like that. So it kind of frees you up to just go play ball and have fun with your teammates, and win a lot of games. So it's been a great year, and we have a great group here in Greensboro.
Well, we talked about your transition from the ACC to pro ball. How about going from, the Florida League, State League to Greensboro? Has there been a big jump there? And have you noticed a difference too going from League Com to the Greensboro ballpark, which is notoriously a hitter-friendly ballpark?
Yeah, well, just first of all, a great atmosphere here in Greensboro. A lot of fans. Kind of reminds me of more of a college atmosphere. The fans are really into the game, and hitter-friendly ballpark. Um, Small gaps, which you know doubles are harder to get. You got to almost get them down the line now, but obviously more homers, which is pretty cool. But at the end of the day, you can't let that distract you. A lot of guys try to hit home runs, which doesn't work in this ballpark. You just got to stick to the player you are. Obviously, coming from Lecom in the Florida State League, the spring training fields down there are major league ballparks, so a little bigger, a little bit more running room. You can kind of hit one on the gap and run forever. But just really enjoying this league here and in Greensboro, and look forward to the next couple months.
One thing that a lot of people focus on, obviously, is the offense, and then you could talk about defense, but base running seems to be huge, especially in Bradenton and in Greensboro. You guys got some guys with legitimate speed, including yourself. You got 10 bags on the year. How much do you work on base running, and how much do you pride yourself in that part of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And, I'm going to continue to run. I'm going to continue to steal more bags. I've kind of had to relearn how to do it because I haven't done it since high school. But, I feel like I'm more explosive than I've ever been. And so really putting that to my game and putting, every piece of the puzzle together to eventually work my way up to Pittsburgh. These are what these leagues are for. And so we're all, working each and every day to put it all together: offense, defense, base running. And so that's a big part of my game is my speed, and just learning how to implement that in my game and make me a better player. So, yeah, I work on it every day. It's a thought I have every day. And so I'm going to continue to do that.
Well, what's one part of your game that you think has improved the most since entering the Pirate system?
Just becoming more aware, just game situationally, just more of, the game kind of speeds up a little bit right when you get into pro ball. So just kind of being able to slow it down and know the situation, kind of anticipate kind of what's going to happen. And that just comes with playing. That just comes with getting reps. And so the more at bats, the more innings I play, the better it's going to be. And so going to continue to just kind of stack days and months together and work my way up here.
Will, before we let you go, one question that we ask all the guys, whether they're at AAA or the low A levels, who's one guy that you've played with either this year in Bradenton or in Greensboro that has that wow factor that, really makes you think like this is a professional baseball player?
Yeah, I mean, an easy one would be Connor Griffin. Obviously, he's shown everyone that, and he's been with me in Bradenton now in Greensboro, and first of all, a great guy. Second of all, heck of a player.
Right.
A guy that has all the tools and is putting it all together, and it's been cool because we're learning together and we're learning kind of how this thing works. And so yeah, I look forward to playing with him in Greensboro, Altoona, Indy, and one day in Pittsburgh. So that's what we're doing. We got a lot of young guys in this org that are good ball players, and looking forward to winning a lot of games.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you both in Pittsburgh soon, man. Appreciate you coming on, and best of luck the rest of the season in Greensboro.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates. And